Oh, hold on. We're starting the video off absolutely crazy, dude. Crazy start to the video. Bro. Dude, that hole in your lower back was breathing air, dude. That's absolutely insane way to start the video. All right, guys. We are, dude, Mason's whole butthole was just breathing air a minute ago. We are here in the shop. And yes, the title is right. We blew up the Pro Mod.
We didn't do shit.
The motor is hurt. It's actually the second time the motor's hurt. There's something going on, and we're about to Sherlock Holmes the shit out of this thing. So this is what we got going on. We'll tell you guys everything from start to finish, head to toe, 100% transparency, because that's what this channel's all about. And we'll just lay all the facts on the line. No one is to blame on this. We're not blaming anyone. We're not pointing fingers. We are trying to figure it out. This, unfortunately, is part of the new car blues. It's fun. This one's expensive. Some of the other ones, like Slick Rick has had some crazy new car blues. We spent a lot of time on that. This, not super expensive, just more time. This here, less time, more expensive. So they go hand in hand. Here, Dave, you take this so I need to use both my hands to explain what we got going on here. All right. So let's talk about the timeline of this thing. This here is our Pro Mod. This thing is put together by the Party Time Racing guys, J&J Fabrication. They put the motor in there. We plumbed it, went down to Michael Bunton, and he wired it up, and then we took it to the racetrack. Same, almost identical to a T combo in everything other than the chassis to Jason's car, which went out there and ran great this past weekend. Other than like the motor placement is maybe like an inch off, and it looks way more redneck than the 69 Camaro. So when we went to the racetrack, you guys noticed we only made 2 passes. Well, when we made our first pass, it went out there and shook, and we got out of it. The chassis worked exceptional. It went 950, 60 foot, literally off the ramps. OTT off the trailer, 930, 60 foot. My teeth were like laid back a little bit. Go up there to make our second pass, and there was a slight miscommunication between myself and Jason. He told me to drive it as far as I felt comfortable, and in his mind, I was only going to go 300 foot. Well, it felt great. But we didn't even make it that far. 1.8 into the run, motor starts cannibalizing itself. And what happens is it goes lean, or it gets super crazy in timing. Something's going on that we're not controlling, and it burns a piston and hurts some rings. And that's why you'll see it smoke. So after that happened the first time, we took it down to Jason's shop, and they put 2 pistons in it and some new rings, and we went down to Bradenton. We took it to the dyno, and on the dyno we did diagnose some things. We found that this reference line right here, God, I hate this train. See this fitting right here? This is like 6mm to 1/8 inch NPT, and this is actually the map sensor. So I know a lot of people at home, they know me as a Holley guy, and I know Holley. And I like the Fuel Tech after using it for a little bit, but Holley does some stuff different. Like the ECU does not act as the map sensor. The map sensor, manifold air pressure, is like, that's like the brains of what's going on in the motor. If you don't have map sensor, you don't know what you're doing, because your table is boost versus map. So you need to, boost versus RPM. So, I'm sorry, boost and map is the same thing. Map, there you go, it is your boost reference. So, on the Holley stuff, you put a sensor right in the manifold. Well, on this one, the sensor is in the ECU, so you just run a line. When we were at the dyno, we noticed we had an issue. We were going to this bulkhead over here. You see this? There's an issue. I think this bulkhead's leaking. So it was giving us a false reading. That's why it blew up. So, and we tried to explain this on the dynos. What happened was the motor's seeing 50 pounds of boost. But because it's leaking pressure out of there, the only amount of pressure that's getting to here is 30 pounds of boost. So now, as you increase boost, like just on a basic tuning, as boost goes up, timing comes down and your fuel consumption goes up. So if we're talking about pounds per hour fuel, on 30 pounds of boost, let's just throw a number out there. 30 pounds of boost, you're using 3,000 pounds an hour of fuel. On 50 pounds of boost, let's just throw another number out there, you're using 5,000 pounds an hour of fuel. See how as it goes up, you need more fuel. Bigger bang, need more fuel to keep it the right air-fuel ratio because lean will burn stuff up. Just like that, rich, if it was the other way, rich could damage stuff as well. This thing here was getting a false reading because of that line. So we're running 50 pounds of boost, but the computer is only giving it the fuel for 30 pounds of boost, boom, burns it up. So we took to the dyno and we found that that was an issue, and since then we put a push lock line in there, and that, what we thought, fixed it. In fact, it did not. I think I don't even know, I don't really even want to say it helped, like, it definitely has an accurate reading here now, but something is still going on that causes the engine to burn up. Like I said, this is no one to blame. This is just an issue that we have to find. One, it's an expensive issue. Two, it's a time-consuming issue because now this will be the second time that you have to take the intake, or I guess you could leave the intake on. Me personally, I kind of want to take everything off and just inspect everything. But this thing, badass Hemi from Proline, it's set up to be worked on, so you can take the head off and leave the intake on. But it's a lot of work. You got to take the header off and take the head off and take all that shit off and go underneath the car, drop the pan, take the rod cap off, pull the piston and rod out, either swap pistons, put new rings on it, and then put it back in. So it's time consuming, but we got to figure it out. We got to fix it, because if we don't, next time we go to the track and do the same thing, and that shit is expensive. The data showed a better reading. Like, it wasn't, we picked up like 10 or 15 pounds of boost since we fixed that reference line, and nothing else has changed. But it's still lean, and you can just tell by looking at the EGTs. You don't want this thing any more than like 950 on the EGTs. Well, our pass before, when we went down in Bradenton, we made a 300 and, I don't know, maybe like a 200 and some foot hit. It was shaking, and I was trying to drive through it, and I just couldn't hang on to it. And when we got out of it at 1.8. At 1.75 into the run, 1,050 on the EGTs. So not ideal. Had some issues. Second pass we went out there, went 300 foot, and the EGTs got hot and it burned up, and here we are now. So we're gonna fix it. We're gonna tear it apart. You guys can get your first look inside of this badass Hemi, and yeah, it's just we gotta find the issue. You know, there it is. There's your transparency. I could be out here making videos, being like, oh yeah, it's fine, we just went down there and made 2 test hits, but this is real life, you know? We gotta figure it out, and when we do figure it out, it will feel great that we conquered it. And if we don't figure it out, boom, another 2 pistons instead of rings, here we are. So we're gonna try like hell to avoid the latter, because
every nitrous gas one. 2.
Yeah, right, so we have adult supervision today.
Hi world.
I don't like messing with motors without Scott. Scott, how long have you been building engines?
38 years, 35 years.
So longer than I've been on this planet.
Same.
So yeah, damn. You know, not to make you feel old, Scott, but I think you got us.
Yeah, let me get my tools, sonny.
I think Scott's got us all covered. So Scott did hell, me and Scott rebuilt the 41X. We've gone through that Hemi. We've gone through all the other LS shit, and yeah, so we're gonna tear this apart. Now that we got our adult supervision here, and yeah, I guess there's nothing to do but just dive into it.
We just need a table and some projects.
Here's the question: do we want to take the intake off so we can just look at everything?
That's what I was going to talk to you about. You need to decide what all we want to look at. I want to verify the timing pointer. I want to make sure that, because they move.
Explain that, because people think that timing pointers just bolt on.
No.
That's crazy.
If you look down in there, if you see these little slots, that timing pointer is adjustable. And they move. Like if this comes loose or it moves or whatever, it got bumped on installation or whatever, and I'm not saying it did.
But verifying.
But that is one of those things you just verify and try to remove that variable.
How do we properly do that? When we take the cylinder head off?
We take the cylinder head off and then you just rotate it back and forth. You find actual top dead center, and then you make sure that your timing pointer is dead on dead center. I personally have burned up a couple motors because I built one time and I thought I verified the timing pointer. I did not, and I smoked it twice before I went back and checked it. Totally my fault.
Yeah, and then also, like, once you get that set up correctly, when you go to fire it up, you verify timing to make sure that the timing in the motor and the timing in the ECU are the same. So we're gonna go over everything from front to back. And we had an issue. We had a crank pickup issue on the Black Sheep once before, and it just comes down to we broke the keyway in the crank, you know, and this came down to one of those things where you just have to kind of reset, pause, tear everything apart, and look at everything and put it all back together. And ideally you find an issue so you can then make a change to correct it. I would say it's not worst case Ontario, but it is pretty shitty when you take it apart, can't find anything, put it back together, and the problem's fixed.
Oh, that's horrible.
And that happens from time to time.
That's horrible.
It happens from time to time. So
every time you let go of the button after that, you're like, is this it?
we rebuilt. We put rods. I shouldn't say we rebuilt. Oh, we've worked on the heads too. We rebuilt the 481X and Slick Rick, and we put it back in the car. We went to the track. We made 3 passes. On the 3rd pass, the oil pressure sensor failed. Failed, right? And that's not the kicker. When I put the oil pickup line back on, I put it like kind of uphill, and it wouldn't pick up oil. So we put the new sensor in there, and Scott's trying to prime it, and it won't prime. He's like, this thing won't prime. Something's wrong. Well, you turn the line back down flat, and it primed, and come to find out, it was just a bad oil pressure sensor. But I mean, these things are a pain in the ass, and they make you pull your hair out. But when you get a good pass or you turn the wind light on, it's all worth it. So
This stuff ain't for the faint-hearted.
No. And what we're doing here, we're gonna be essentially changing 2 pistons. Hopefully, it's only 2 pistons.
We're going to inspect all 8, inspect all the rod bearings. We're going to verify that pointer. We're going to make sure that none of the chambers are splatter painted. There's nothing on the exhaust valve seats or nothing like that.
If you had to at the racetrack, if you have some issues, this would be something that I wouldn't necessarily say in between round maintenance, but definitely something, if you got to put a set of rods in it overnight or you have a bearing issue, you could be doing this at the racetrack. So we're going to put it up on Pro Jacks here, just like we would be at the racetrack, and we're going to get to work. We got a table set up. We're going to be popping some stuff off and putting some stuff back together. And
last time I did it took 2 hours.
My man right there, Hemi Tech. Logan came on board with...
No, I actually did. I literally had to take it apart right before we went to Florida.
No, but listen.
Do it again.
Listen, Logan came over to the LS Nasty camp because he was the Hemi Tech when we got the Hemi and the Black Sheep. And now, look, it came full circle. Tell him the first time, come here. Tell him the first time that you worked on the Hemi with me. The very first thing you did, what did you do? Tell him.
We snapped the rocker arm.
We snapped the rocker arm right in half. Right in half. And yeah.
Happens.
Yeah, here we are. So.
All right.
I guess we just
get a table.
We put it on jacks and get to work. Pull this out the cylinder. Look at that.
Dang.
That was in cylinder number 2. Can you believe it? We got the valve train off. Look at that. Look at the rocker stand over there.
Yeah, serious.
Serious unit, dude. We got the intake. After looking at it, we just looked at the intake really hard. There's a couple things we're going to change in the configuration. And then I think we're just going to leave it on just for the sake of leaving it on. We got it loose. We got loose on both sides. Sorry, I got my inner Mike Tyson coming out. There's 3 ports back here. 1, 2, 3. They all have plugs in them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, we're going to cap the innermost one. We're going to cap that off. Then we have 2 here. One's going to go to the fuel pressure regulator. The other one's going to go to the ECU. And then these 2 right here are going to go to the blow-off valve. So we're going to remove the vacuum block, which sucks because I just had all these lines made from Brown and Miller. $100, $175, $275, and I already got rid of the one that was going back to the firewall, so $400. that quick. I popped the fuel filter out. I don't know where'd Mason go? Is he still cleaning the fuel filter? Is he making love to it? I think he would.
No clue.
Oh, fuel filter's back. Fuel filter had some junk in it, but the O-ring is just 1.5 miles too big, so I don't know how I'm gonna cram this sucker back in there, but I'm used to cramming things that are too big into too small spots, so I'll probably be able to get it done. But other than that, G-Rock, the mayor's in here making an appearance. G-Rock, say what's up.
What's up?
Saw my man at 4 a.m. this morning. Still out here getting it. Yeah, so it's going swell at this point. We're about to get to the sporty part. Look at the size of the stud. Look at the size of the nut. Sheesh. That is a big ass nut. So it's got 2 little guys, and then it's got just Mondo. Badass shit. And you should just be able to slide the head right off the studs then at that point, and then just look at it. You can, if you look way down in number 4, you can't see it. You can barely see it. I don't think the piston of number 4 is not in good health. The rest of them look like they're in better health, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. What'd I just do?
He just crammed a O-ring that was 3 times too big and made it fit perfectly.
Perfectly, dude, because that's what I do. All right, we got a sponsored ad coming up for you here. Actually, just kidding. CJ, take the camera. Come on, we got this. This is gonna be this is what everybody on my man can't figure out how to turn this.
No, 19's too small, man.
No, don't tell me this thing's dead. Oh, we're live. You go on TikTok, right? And then you got some guy standing in his backyard next to his John Deere tractor in some oversized t-shirt, and he's like, do y'all like working on farm equipment? Well, I got these fork attachments for your bucket that you need. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? Well, this is the Vivor Borescope, and it got this whole thing. Well, let's take a look. Let's see what we got in here. We'll go right into the hole that seems to get the most. Oh, that one actually looks. Oh no.
1164.
There you go.
Scott.
Don't look in there. Just go with her.
Yep, I think that's her, huh?
Oh, you needed to get number the second hole back over on number 4. Yeah, go get number 4.
Oh, Mason's here.
I want to see what you got going. Yeah. No.
Dude, I will say though, like no lie, this is a Vivo. Like I had a Milwaukee, and I had a Mako Borescope.
This blows both.
This blows both of them out the water. So like, shout out to Vivor. This thing's actually not a piece of shit. This thing right here is crazy. Right.
You could go some places.
Oh yeah, for real. Let's check out number 1 in this unit. Oh, this guy is at TDC. We're close to it. I can't even get any curvature on there. That one looks pretty good.
Go to number 4. That's the sporty.
What's look like against that valve?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
See how there's oil above the piston? This is the beginning of
It's a really bad glare.
what they'd call a RUD. This is about to be a rapid unscheduled disassembly.
We had to grind them down.
Scott, look at the oil on the cylinder wall.
To get one that'll fit the nut first.
Look at the oil on the cylinder wall.
Can you get it? There we go.
What do you want here? I can turn up and down.
No, or the intake side's what we don't see the other side.
Intake side, not bad.
That's the side that's going to burn first.
Well, we defied physics because it looks like we burned the other side. At least the ring. The piston might be okay.
That's gnarly.
Oh God, you think it's glare?
No. I think that's right in line with the wrist pin.
Oh man. Oh no. Cylinder wall. Brother. That's a sleeve.
I'm dying.
This is
Dude,
this is
it might just be. Oh, that is for it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Okay,
one
you come look at this and tell me if that's a dingleberry job.
No.
Dude, that's a dingleberry job.
Bro, look at it where it stops.
It's alright.
That's what I call
Dingleberry job.
dingle done right there. Shout out to Vivor. I did it, honestly, they did send me this. I was supposed to make a video a long time ago, so I'll see if I can find the link and put it in the description. But if I can't, it's because they sent me this and it sat on my desk for 3 months.
What's 6 look like?
6.
Todd Dunson.
6 is up. Can't see shit. 8. Clean bill of health from here.
So we need a 11/16, 12.8.
I didn't look at the cylinder wall on that other one. That one's smoked. Let's go back over here really quick. Oh, you just hate to see it, dude. You hate to see it. That sucks. Oh, this one's got some shit going on too. This one's up, so you can't really get a look at the cylinder wall.
And now you're asking for a lot. This ain't.
You have an endless supply of it.
I'm about to drive a mile and don't fucking socket.
That's not the middle of the wall socket though.
It's got oil on it. The cylinder wall don't look like it's really hurt. The other one is hurt. I got a 1-inch impact. Y'all want the 1-inch?
So there's that one. There's that one. I have a 1/2 inch for the top.
All right.
If we just
Honestly,
leave
shout out to
it-
Vivor. And you can take pictures with this thing and record. See, do I have any playback on here? Oh yeah, I got shit sitting in my office,
We
dude.
broke 2 of them at Jason's.
I don't know what this is about to be here. I don't know how this shit works.
I don't think it's touchscreen.
Now, Vivor might not. Oh, damn. Looks like the plastic staying on this forever. I told y'all I had this thing for a minute. Here, I got it. I got it. Look at that. Oh, yeah. No, that shit's not touchscreen. Oh, look. There's something. Oh, wait, that's live.
Oh my god.
Show me, Scott. Show me something, Scott.
Well, we gotta take that ground out of the back first. Wait a minute. See, again, made for maintenance. Look at this.
Oh, wow. The ground is off. That's actually extremely nice.
Yeah.
Next time I get some wired up, that's a request. Let's see, what do we got on this side? Get my flashlight out?
Not terrible.
No. Not bad. So when you get the oil on top of the piston like that, it's getting past the ring. So it's not, you're not supposed to have oil on this side of the ring. Can you explain that real quick for everyone at home? When you get oil on top of the piston, what is that? Like right here is a good example. Bunch of oil on the bottom of the piston.
It either pinched the rings or it pinched the rings possibly, but the worst part about that, oil causes detonation.
Yes.
That's honestly the worst part. It's not burnt.
Uh-oh, we got some, let's look at the cylinder on this side here, CJ. You're my flashlight guy. Scott, listen.
That dingleberry out.
That's an aggressive dingleberry.
You see it?
that was funny. Normally when you hear it, it makes you want to go back to your wafer crisp.
Ooh, that's concerning.
Oh my God, we were sharing compression.
Good.
Sharing,
eye, my man. Good
sharing
eye.
is not caring.
Not not horribly bad. It didn't burn anything.
Hey, good thing I got another set of head gaskets though.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh.
So that was on Logan's side, so we should be able to see this one.
No, what are we looking like on the head? Sorry if you guys hear me just chomp. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm glad it did not go out the back. Ooh.
Did it mess up the hoop?
We're going to have to clean that up really good. I don't think it's hurt. I don't know. She's getting ready to get hot right there.
This one's kind of got somewhere between 1 and 2, or 1 and.
It feels like,
It's not terrible.
dude, it's raised in the middle.
It should look like that right there.
Feel it. It's raised in the middle. That shit's.
Oh, it is.
That shit needs machine work. That shit needs machine work. This one, not raised. This right here, that needs machine work. This one too.
If we were at the right, it would pull the ring. It pulled the ring up. Compression got under the hoop.
Yep. I've had that happen on my LS stuff before, where it'll just pop that whole centerpiece out, take it back up to Kevin, have him weld it. Yeah, real shame that I was up at TCAM this morning.
I know someone who said, "John, let me take it apart and see if we need anything."
Let's see if you need anything up at TCAM. Yep, that would be Scott talking to me, and me being like, no, we'll just slap her together real quick.
It's not horrible. I mean,
But it definitely is coming up.
I mean, I bet if you pop the hoops and skim that head. Look Put it this way.
That sucks.
I'm not scared of it.
That sucks. How's it going down there, LP?
Go on.
Almost there, cuz.
We're popping them out left and right.
Almost.
What's the place in the hospital called where babies are born?
Labor and delivery.
This is like labor and delivery. We're popping these suckers out.
Shout out to my wife who works labor and delivery.
Some slight carnage initially.
Feel this ring compared to the others.
Oh yeah, this is nice and smooth. So we have some chewed up rings on the other ones. The rings are extremely rough, not smooth. That would make no seal.
Yeah, they got little specks of aluminum stuck to them.
And then we have
It's over here.
Okay.
this one right here. It looks like is the piston's burnt. It's got some cracks at the bottom, so we're gonna get that thing out here in a second. Just chipping away at it. A little time-consuming process, but we're taking our time and really going over everything. Brother, that's not good. Guys, Dave, sing the song. Sing it.
Arms of an angel.
Dude, not good. All right, here, take this. Take this. Take this. We got to talk to you guys. We got the death of a sleeve. We got some repairs to do. We got to work on this thing. And this video is proof just to show you, this series is proof just to show you that you could have the nicest shit and you could be doing everything right. And if all the stars aren't aligned, you're going to have some serious problems. So what we have here is the early formation of what we would call a yard sale. We need a sleeve in this. We got like one piston's messed up where the button, right, this hole, the piston's messed up, has a pinched ringland. There's 5 other pistons that have pinched ringlands. It got hot. We got to figure out why. We don't know why. Everything else seems to be like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So we need a new set of pistons, new set of rings. We need 1 sleeve. If we go over here, we got some damage to the cylinder head right here. So I don't know can you pick that up? Can you get in there? Can you see how this is like looking like chalky and discolored? So what happened here is it started melting, turned into molten aluminum, and then when the valve would open, it would just rush out. So potentially, we don't know if the valve seats, with the condition of the valve seat, it's not good to have molten aluminum going over the valve seat. The valve, the Hemi stuff's crazy because you can just look right down at the valve. This valve was extremely hot. This was damage from the, what number is this? 7? The first time it got hurt, 7 and 8 got hurt. This last time it was 1 and 4. So this is 7. So this was hurt the first time. And then obviously we made another 60-foot hit, and then when 330, it did the same thing again. Not as bad though. Not as bad. And it really, we really would have gotten lucky if we didn't have the issue with the, where is it? Which piston is it? One piston here is just all beat to hell. I gotta find it. If we didn't have the issue with the sleeve, it wouldn't be that bad. Fix the head and put a new set of pistons in it and ride. But the sleeve is what kind of makes it not the most fun thing in the world. Where is this damn jacked up piston? Did it fix itself overnight? Brother. Oh God. Oh God.
That was almost a failure.
It's alright. That piston's junk anyways. Where is it, bro? I'm holding my flashlight like it's on. Put this up. We can get 2 hands involved with this.
Yeah,
so
covered in oil, maybe.
The oil ring. See, this piston's good. There's nothing wrong with this piston. The rings move in it. Everything's good. Where's the one with the messed up oil? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's right in front of me. See how this oil ring's folded over? that and the piston button is what caused all the damage to the sleeve. Now, if you notice this top ring, I can move in and out. This bottom ring, it's stuck. Right here, it's stuck. It won't move. I can't move it out. Piston's junk. There's a few pistons that are like that where it literally collapses the ring land, the ring gets stuck. Number 1 was smoking initially. Ooh, we got some problems. That's when we knew we were going to be working on it. We fired it up again. Number 4, hemorrhaging oil.
That was that one.
That was that one. And then the other thing that we had is we had a head gasket failure, and you can see there's like molten aluminum. This is all supposed to be copper, so when you see that white stuff, that's aluminum. But if you notice, it's black there. This is the bottom side. Bottom side, got some weird temperature stuff going on here.
It's like hot right there.
But it's sharing, right? It's like this. This is 8, 6, and 4. It's sharing between these 3 holes, which is not good. And what happens, and this happens on like all the stuff with like the hoops or anything like that, is the compression's getting behind. You can see it right here really good. The compression's getting behind the ring, and it kind of pushes this aluminum in the center up. So if you were to take all the rings out and put a straight edge on it, your high point would be right in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these heads checked, because you don't want to put it back together and then immediately run into issues. Now, it is kind of like a, I don't know, double negative, if you would, because you want to put it back together right, but also you're like, well, I'm going to put it back together right, and then we still have to figure out what's causing this thing to burn up. The fuel, like it should have plenty of fuel in there. We're not running O2s on it, so we can't just look at an O2 reading, but the EGTs tell you everything, and the EGTs are telling you it's hot. We're not super aggressive on timing. We have verified that our timing pointer is correct. We verified timing with the motor to make sure it matches the ECU, so we've done everything. It's really just like a fuel delivery issue. It's not getting the fuel that it needs to be happy. And this shit here ain't cheap. This shit is not cheap. And what sucks is like the pistons that are like messed up, that got the pinched ring lands. We've got a couple of them already. I don't know if they're in this box or where they are. No, those are some more used pistons. I don't know where they are. The pistons look great. They look great. No, I got one up front that like melted the top of the piston, but they look great. Junk. So we got some repairs to do. I'm gonna call Proline and see. It would be perfect is if they already had a sleeve that was already honed in the exact size that you need. These blocks are set up to be worked on, so at the track you need to pull a sleeve. You could jerk the sleeve out, put a new one in there. That would be ideal. And if you'll notice, I don't know if you could see, hop in here, Dave. The bottom of the sleeve is cut out for rod clearance. Can you see it? Yeah. So hopefully, it looks like they're all the same. They might already have a sleeve that's already clearanced for it, where you can just put the sleeve right in. They align off of these edges here. So is this junk? No, it's not junk. It's totally fixable. But it's just,
it was caught early enough.
Yeah, just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. So we're gonna put it back together. We're gonna get all new parts. We're gonna have 100%, and then we're gonna have to just go over everything front to back. The thing that's shitty is nothing's jumping out. Like nothing's like, oh, this is missing, or oh, this is wrong. Everything seems to be as it should. So I'm gonna change the configuration around on some stuff, like I mentioned before. I'm going to change or remove this vacuum block and run stuff directly to the manifold. Do I think that's really going to change anything? No, probably not, but it'll then all be referenced from the manifold. If there's an issue with a line or a leak with this, I mean, it could throw a bunch of things off. So we're just going to remove that and then get this off the motor plate, try to clean it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, we got the stuff, we got to fix it, and we're gonna go from there and call Proline today, and hopefully they got the stuff in stock, which I'm sure they do. That's what's so great about these engines, is there's so many of them out there. Parts are super readily available. Like next day I got, what did I get? I got piston rings, I got head gaskets, I got bearings for it all next day. So we'll see if we can next day in a sleeve and a set of pistons, and then we'll go from there. So that's gonna wrap it up. This is your first inside look inside the Pro Mods engine. Logan, hit him with some inspiration right here. My man's wearing that medium hoodie. Look at him trying not to smile. Look at him trying not to smile.
Here, actually, come on up here to the whiteboard. Let's see John's inspirational quote every time we walk through there.
What is it?
If you went to sleep broke, you shouldn't have gone to sleep.
If you wake up broke, you shouldn't have gone to sleep. These guys, they said they look at it every day when they walk by and they can't even remember it, dude.
If
You
you're
know
broke,
what?
you just shouldn't go to sleep. That's what I
Yeah, if you're broke, don't sleep. Keep working. That's all I say. My day yesterday started at 4 a.m., got home at 10. So, back here humping it today. So I got tomorrow's video, see we're welding on some titanium exhaust. But for the most part, we got a game plan for this. I'm going to call them here shortly and order some parts, and we're going to put it back together, right, Logan?
Yep.
Logan's a big Pro Mod guy. Do the
You
face.
should have took a video while I was underneath.
Yo, Logan almost untied his balloon knot. Anything else you want to add to this video?
Yeah, I had a way bigger, longer ratchet when I was breaking them loose up there. We definitely need a
longer ratchet.
longer ratchet.
Do you think SP Tools has a longer ratchet I can get?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that all you want to send them off with?
No.
You got more?
We'll figure it out.
There it is. There's the inspirational quote. Either don't matter or we'll figure it out. All right. See ya.